Last time on Dragon Ball Super.
How did you do it, Kakarot? How were you able to defeat Lord Beerus that easily?
Viral warfare?
What?
A sense of tension fills the air, so thick it could be cut with a knife. Everyone on board Bulma's ship couldn't believe what they were hearing. Goku had just finished telling them his secret he had been keeping for nearly a decade. He had a technique that weaponized the heart virus that nearly killed him. He had used this to not only stop Cell, but Lord Beerus as well. But that wasn't all. Goten and Trunks knew the technique and used it to defeat Majin Buu. The Z-Fighters were more shocked than anything else, discussing amongst themselves the ramifications of this revelation. How was it possible to control a virus of all things? Could just being around Goku and the boys pose a health risk? However, no one was more upset than Vegeta. He walked up to Goku, grabbing him by the collar of his gi and shaking him violently. How dare he win his battles through cheap tricks? How dare he lie to him? Was he holding back during every single one of their fights? More importantly, how dare he keep a secret without telling him? Goku tries to apologize. It's not like he can actually control the virus. Not only would Vegeta die if it infected him, but he wouldn't even be able to get revived by the Dragon Balls. It was a natural death. It's why he never used it on him, especially when he was corrupted by Babidi. Vegeta is surprised by the amount of concern and thought Goku put into the situation, calming down and letting go of his gi. Gohan turns to Bulma, asking her what her thoughts about this virus was. Bulma was frightened, but she also couldn't help but be curious about this. In her professional opinion, it's a miracle that Goku was able to handle the virus for so long without any accidents. If history is any indicator, it's impossible to weaponize a virus. After all, a virus does not discriminate between enemies and allies. It only serves to spread itself and nothing more. She wants to study this virus carefully and develop either a cure or, at the very least, a contingency plan. Future Trunks brought them a cure from his timeline, so it's definitely possible. Unsurprisingly, everyone agrees with Whis' warning that Goku should never use the heart virus again if they can help it. Bulma and Chi-Chi flat out ban Goten and Trunks from ever using it. If they found out they committed biological warfare, they would be so grounded. The boys promised not to do it, and so everyone returns to their daily lives with yet another crisis averted. Time passes as Goku and eventually Vegeta begin their training with Whis at Beerus' planet. However, after a few days, the Saiyans start to wonder where Lord Beerus was. They hadn't seen him since his visit to Earth. Was he okay? Whis calms their fears, explaining that Lord Beerus is stuck inside his room as he needs to be isolated during his quarantine. Feeling guilty, Goku and Vegeta make sure to bring food from Earth, which Whis slides into Beerus' room. Whis makes sure to keep the place extra tidy and clean, wearing a mask as even he isn't sure if this virus could affect an angel or not. He hopes that Beerus will recover soon. Sure enough, after 2 weeks, Beerus eventually recovers and he exits his room, discovering Whis training Goku and Vegeta. Beerus is angry to see them here, but he changes his mind once he sees how strong they're getting. Whis snaps his fingers, creating several masks and handing them over to everyone. If they were going to continue training here, then they needed to do it safely. As Goku and Vegeta get used to their new powers and their masks, they further refine their newly obtained God Ki and unlock Super Saiyan Blue. Beerus is impressed with their enormous leap in strength, wondering if they will prove to be worthy for a rematch soon. Perhaps he should start training again? However, he still wasn't at full strength just yet. He'd have to take it easy for a while. which was fine with him. It was more of a reason for Beerus to sit back and eat more ice cream. Unfortunately, back on Earth, a storm was brewing. Sorbet and Tagoma had gathered the Dragon Balls to revive their master, Frieza. With this resurrection, Frieza decides to train and seek further evolution, so he may get revenge on Goku and the Saiyans once and for all. After only 4 months of training, Frieza decided it was time to attack. One day, several massive fleets of ships appear over West City as our heroes realize the trouble they were in. The Frieza force was invading Earth. The Z Fighters gather together to do their best to defend the planet. Goten and Trunks even sneak out of their houses and join the heroes in the fight, despite Piccolo's assertion that they should have just stayed home. The average Frieza Force soldier wasn't an issue to deal with, neither were Tagoma or Shisame. However, this all changed when Frieza steps into the battlefield. Goten and Trunks fuse into Gotenks, confident that they could defeat this lizard creep on their own. Frieza could only groan in displeasure at the sight of this brat. He was loud, obnoxious, and, strangely enough, reminded him of that one Super Saiyan that killed him long ago. The fusion manages to do well against Frieza in his first form, which surprises the Emperor. However, he decides to crush their resolve and reveal more of his power, transforming into his final form. With sadistic glee, Frieza dismantles the defenders of Earth with his immense power. With minimal effort, Frieza defeats Gotenks, he kills Piccolo, and tortures Gohan for his own pleasure. As Gotenks promises to make Frieza pay for what he's done, the Emperor merely laughs. So this brat still had some fight left in him? Well, it was about time to break their spirit once and for all. Frieza points his finger up as he reveals to everyone that he wasn't even using his full power. Far from it. He still had one more form left to show. A glorious transformation that no one, not even that blasted Goku, had any hope of overcoming. With no word from Whis, Goku, or Vegeta, the Z Fighters believe they are doomed. Or were they? As Frieza continues to laugh in cruel delight, they know they can defeat this monster, the Heart Virus. If they use it now, then Frieza was done for. They had promised their mothers that they wouldn't use the virus anymore, but the Earth was in danger, and Goku even said that they shouldn't use the virus unless they absolutely had to. Well, if there was ever a time where they had to use the virus, it was now. If they didn't, Earth was going to be destroyed. Seeing no other choice, Gotenks stands back up. He yells out to Frieza, proclaiming that this next attack will be the last thing he ever sees. Frieza is curious. He was willing to see what this brat could possibly do to him. Gotenks creates a single kamikaze ghost, empowered in a ghastly purple aura. Gohan, who was barely conscious from the beating he took from Frieza, yells at Gotenks to stop. Yet, it was too late. Gotenks sends his ghost towards Frieza, and as it charges towards its target, the Emperor merely slaps it away with a single hand. The ghost is sent flying off into the air as it explodes into a purple cloud of dust and debris. Frieza thinks the technique was rather disappointing, but before he can taunt the fusion any further, he starts to cough. Frieza tries to calm himself and take a deep breath, but his coughing becomes more and more violent. At this moment, Goku and Vegeta finally arrive with Beerus and Whis. They had felt Gohan's ki earlier, and set off from Beerus' planet as soon as possible. Yet, all they saw was their friends and family next to a coughing Frieza. Oh no. Goku's eyes widen in panic as he realizes what must have happened. Gotenks must have used the Heart Virus. Vegeta reprimands the fusion as it tries to defend itself. Frieza was going to blow them up! Vegeta starts to walk towards Gotenks so he could chastise them further, but Whis puts his hand in front of Vegeta, creating a barrier around them. Vegeta, it would be in your best interest if you stayed behind me. Vegeta was confused, but he soon understood what his master meant. Frieza wasn't the only one coughing anymore. The Frieza Force soldiers, Sorbet, Gohan, and the rest of the Z Fighters, they were all coughing profusely now. Goku and Vegeta couldn't believe what they were seeing. Their worst fears were coming true. The heart virus couldn't be contained anymore, and it was affecting everyone it could find. One by one, the infected perished. First it was Roshi, then Tien, Jocko, Krillin, even Bulma weren't spared from this terrible fate. Vegeta couldn't even hold his wife in her final moments. He couldn't risk being infected. Yet, it took Beerus pulling him back for Vegeta to not run over, regardless of the danger. The Frieza Force soldiers fell from the skies like diseased crows, heralding the end of the world. Goku's anger rose as he saw his son, Gohan, fall to the floor and breathe his final breath. And then, there was Frieza. The Emperor was the last of the infected to remain, coughing out blood as he fell to his knees. His vitality was astonishing, but he was nearing his end once again. He couldn't believe he would be killed like this, without even having a chance to show his full power. The villain tries to blow up the earth, but he is far too weak and exhausted from the virus ravaging his body to even muster up the strength. Within seconds, the evil Emperor of the universe, who returned from hell to enact his revenge, was killed once more. Not in a final, dramatic battle for the fate of the world, but in a pathetic heap on the floor as he struggled to breathe. Frieza, his army, and the rest of the Z Fighters died not with a bang, but with a whimper. Gotenks, Goku, and Vegeta could only look on in horror, but the horror wasn't over yet. Elsewhere, in a nearby city, waves of key signatures were plummeting in quick succession. The virus had become airborne, spreading across the land at a frightening speed. Soon, the heart virus would reach across the entire globe. Humanity was doomed. Thankfully for our heroes and the entirety of Earth, Whis was there to save them. With a tap of his staff, everyone inside Whis' barrier immediately disappeared as they hovered above the planet. Vegeta was filled with disbelief and fury, while Goku could only look at his hands in despair. He did this. He had caused this to happen. Him and this damn heart virus. If he had died from the heart virus like he was supposed to, none of this would have happened. Whis mentions that, in just under 3 minutes, the virus was already halfway towards infecting the entire planet. Everyone they cared about would die, and nothing could be done to bring them back to life. But thankfully, that gives him just enough leeway to turn back time. Goku and Vegeta perk up as Whis explains that he can turn back time by exactly 3 minutes. Just this once, he can help them stop the heart virus before it's too late. Without any hesitation, the Saiyans agree wholeheartedly as the angel smiles. With another tap of his staff, the godly beings disappear once more. We now go backwards in time, to the moment Gotenks is about to unleash his killer technique on Frieza. As Gotenks prepares to create his kamikaze ghost, he stops dead in his tracks. Frieza is confused at first, until he hears what sounds like a blip. Standing before him was Goku in his Super Saiyan Blue state, charging a massive Kamehameha with a fierce look of determination in his eyes. Frieza is stunned at what he sees, but before he even has a chance to react, Goku unleashes his supreme Kamehameha, disintegrating the Emperor completely. In just a single moment, Frieza is defeated. Goku sighs with relief as Gotenks cries out that he had this handled. However, a quick glance from Goku causes Gotenks to immediately shut his mouth. It was a serious look, filled with a ferocious intensity that honestly scared the fusion. He asked if he did something wrong, but the look only lasted for a moment, as Goku returned to his usual, cheerful self. "Hey there, boys! I'm glad you're alright! Thanks for holding down the fort while we were gone! I know what you were about to do, and, well, I understand why you were gonna do it. I did tell you to use it if there was no other choice. That was my call, and it was the wrong one to make. From now on, boys, I want you to never use the heart virus again, no matter what. Can you promise me that? Please?" The fusion splits apart back into Goten and Trunks, as the boys agreed to not use it anymore. Goku ruffles their hair, as Bulma steps up, yelling out and demanding an explanation. What took them so long? Vegeta sprints towards Bulma, hugging her before she can even give a response. Bulma is surprised, and even flustered at the sudden display of affection, asking her husband if something was wrong. Vegeta flushes, as he responds that he'll tell her later. Right now, he's just glad to have her in his arms. The Earth was saved, but barely. While Frieza sought to destroy the world, the real threat was the heart virus, as it nearly wiped out humanity. It is now imperative to eradicate the heart virus now more than ever. Will Bulma figure out a way to create a cure? Could the virus be eliminated by a stronger form of magic? Or will the virus accomplish its mission to destroy all life? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Super. Hello everyone! Thanks for watching. This has been What If Goku Learned the Heart Virus, Part 5. Who could have thought that using viral weapons willy-nilly had consequences? Good thing there was angel hacks, otherwise who knows what could have happened to Earth. We're getting closer to the endgame now, folks. Pretty soon, we'll be seeing what the heart virus is truly capable of. I hope y'all are excited for it as I am. I want to say a big thank you to What If Universe for editing this video as well as the audio. I think he did a great job as always. If you have any video editing needs, he's the guy to call. You can find his social media links in the video description. I've been seeing people comment on this heart virus series online, either on Twitter or Reddit, and honestly, I think it's hilarious. So many of these comments make me laugh so much. Glad to see people are having as fun with it as I am. Keep it coming, guys. I'm curious to hear what y'all have to say about this new part. Either here in the comments section of this video, or elsewhere. I could use some laughs. I don't have much time left to talk, so I'll start wrapping things up now. If you like my sort of content or like to support the channel, please consider leaving a like, sharing the video with friends, and subscribing to the channel. Ring that bell if you like to stay updated on future uploads. I have a Discord server now. If you'd like to join and hop into some what if discussions or other cool topics, we'd be more than happy to have you. You can find a link in the video description. As always, my name is Professor Chimp. Stay safe out there, and I hope to see you all next time.